They didn't delete the video. They made sure nobody could see it, which is what will happen to everyone, including you, if the U.S. government is allowed to pass this new law. It gives our elected officials sweeping, unlimited internet censorship powers, authoritarian censorship powers to delete any topic from the internet in America. Do you understand what that means? It means that, Palestine's gone, criticizing Israel's gone, criticizing ICE is gone, criticizing the Trump regime's gone, criticizing this or that war that's going on is gone. You are not allowed to talk about it. And the way they are fudging this in, the way they're slipping through the door, is by framing this as protecting the children. Where have you heard that before? The bill is called the Kids Online Safety Act, KOSA. Say it, KOSA, with me, KOSA. And it's a bill I'm familiar with because our crazy lunatics leading us in government have been trying to force this bill through for years. In fact, opposing KOSA was one of the first political acts I did with my platform before I knew anything about politics in 2022, because even my stinky little bum knew that this was really fucking bad. You hear me? The bill says that it authorizes Congress to censor controversial topics for children or damaging topics for children. You know exactly what that's going to mean. I'll tell you a personal story about how this happened to me, because it actually did later on last year. Last year. When I was at Ohio State, before I was expelled my freshman year, the Ohio legislature, they're elected officials in the state of Ohio, they passed an education reform that mandated that higher education and K through 12 had to teach controversial topics neutrally or not at all. And they list examples like abortion, climate change, immigration, racism, slavery in the United States as controversial topics. You got to think about what that means, and I'll tell you what it meant for me. Oh, climate change, is it real? Is it not real? We don't know. We can't tell you. Slavery, is it actually that bad, or did it help America? What the fuck? I look back now at the courses I took my first freshman year at Ohio State, and half of them are gone. Half of them are gone. Do you guys believe that? Because they were deemed controversial topics and they were entirely removed. Entirely removed. That is what happens when you give our elected officials or leaders who represent elites the sweeping authoritarian powers to censor any topic they feel like. And it's justified by protecting our students, justified by keeping them from being harmed by certain topics or ways of teaching, or the woke, biased colleges. Like, what's going on, guys? It's very obvious. This is the control of the flow of information. This is also going to mandate, likely, digital ID. Digital ID for all Americans. If you want to use, it's already happened. You have to put your ID in for DoorDash and Best Buy and what else? They're one of the major collectors of our identities in the whole globe, called KYC, Know Your Customer, which is used by governments and all sorts of apps and services. They had a massive leak in December, I think. And they didn't tell anyone about it. 1 billion identities were leaked in full, along with addresses and all this other sorts of information. It's on the dark web. I used KYC to sign up for it was like a crypto app one time. I bet my identity is floating out there, and yours is probably too, because so many applications and softwares and websites and governments and organizations used it to collect our identities. Not because they were legally mandated to, because they wanted to sell it. And they wanted to control you. They can't protect our identities. They're not doing it to protect us. They're doing it to control us. Internet anonymity needs to be reestablished. Our privacy is a right. We need to restore our freedom on the internet, particularly our freedom for speech. The First Amendment should be protected on social media platforms. This is not private speech. This is not a private square. This is a public square where most discourse between human beings now occurs. Anyways, if you agree with me, follow me for more. If you want to support my independent voice, then click the link in my bio to sign up for free for my email list. You'll receive every piece of work I do, and no one can take or cut in between us by censorship or whatever they have up their sleeves. Thank you.